I talk a fair amount about practices and habits that we can use to attain a higher degree of peace and contentment in our work and our personal lives. But my Dharma teacher said something interesting this past week, which is that contentment for many people is fairly anti-cultural or even un-American is maybe another way to say that. The definition of contentment is something around a state of being satisfied with one's current life situation and the state of affairs as they presently are in one's life. So the reason that this might be construed as anti-cultural or un-American is that much of what is considered to be success in America these days means more, always getting more, always growing, always expanding, bigger, stronger, faster, thinner, richer, more productive, right? Rarely do we get to this spot where we achieve a goal and then we just rest. It's not what we do here in the U.S. It's like we continue to raise the bar. We continue to move the goal down the field. There's no end to this. And when I frame it like that, it's interesting because contentment almost sounds like quitting. You know, the idea of getting to a place where we're content with what we've done and we're happy and we're satisfied almost feels like we're not reaching our true potential, right? So how do we know when to rest in contentment, and how do we know when to keep pushing and to do like kick-ass work? I think I've experienced contentment in a job well done. Usually it's like after a big project or a launch of something that I've been working on for a while. But I know that contentment is not the finish line. I can rest or pause if I need before the next push, but hopefully there's some sort of reflection process in place for me that allows me to take a look back and see what worked well and maybe see what didn't work so well and what I would want to improve upon the next time. I can be grateful for the work itself and for the opportunities it brought me. Usually, a reflection like this, which is almost always written for me, allows me to experience some contentment, to see my growth in my work, and to provide myself with some type of feedback loop on how my work is evolving. In this state of contentment, I can then start to think about what's next for me without mindlessly moving on to the next thing like some wild animal whose hunger can never be satisfied. So culturally, it's become very American to always want more and to always try to go bigger. But that's not a sustainable approach, not to work or to life. I'm not saying we should stop trying or we should write ourselves a hall pass for being lazy, but I am saying that practicing some mindfulness and some reflection will give us the opportunity to experience contentment for the work that we've done, to rest, if only for a moment, on our achievements, and to find some happiness and some satisfaction in our lives before just moving on to the next thing.